Watching Home to Roost allows viewers a unique look into the lives of the Osborne family as they navigate fame, health problems, and public scrutiny, all while attempting to stay close to one another and their loved ones. The show also shows the triumphs and tribulations that the family goes through and the bonds that keep them together. Although many viewers initially viewed Home to Roost as just another reality TV show, Sharon Osbourne finally breaks her silence at the age of 72 and confesses the truth about the show, revealing the secrets and struggles that fans never saw. This confession has changed everything fans thought they knew about the show and the Osborne family behind the scenes. Home to Roost provided an authentic and raw depiction of a couple facing the final chapters of their lives, rather than the typical rock star lifestyle flashes and candid moments that fans had come to expect from Ozzy Osbourne and the series. Instead, it was a profoundly personal journey that was recorded on camera. The show's premise was simple yet profound. After spending decades abroad, Sharon and Ozzy decided to return to the English countryside, settling in Buckinghamshire. This was more than just a change of scenery. It was a major life transition. They had to face the difficulties of aging, care for health issues, and reconnect with their family roots. From their earlier days of wild tours and media frenzy on the Osbournes, viewers enjoyed an intimate look behind the scenes of Sharon and Ozzy's relationship on Home to Roost, which was more reflective and showed them as a couple. Cameras followed them as they adjusted to this quieter life away from the chaos. Although the show aimed to shed light on a very human story, one in which the protagonists dealt with vulnerability, tough decisions, and the challenges of aging and illness, it was far from a picnic. Sharon has admitted in interviews that filming wasn't always easy, and the cameras didn't always capture happy moments. Home to Roost went well beyond the typical reality TV drama on the surface by chronicling the couple's struggles with serious health issues, such as Ozzy's Parkinson's diagnosis, surgeries, and rehabilitation, as well as Sharon's battle with cancer and other ailments. It seemed like a brave display of resilience as Sharon and Ozzy bravely faced the camera, sharing their highs and lows. However, what the audience witnessed was only the surface of the hidden struggles that the show failed to cover. Sharon had been keeping these moments hidden for a long time, even though she had spoken about the pressure to keep up appearances in order to shield her family from the most raw pain she had ever experienced. Despite the overwhelming circumstances, this show chronicled Sharon and Ozzy's life in transition as they returned to the UK, where they hoped to start over, slow down, and find peace. Instead, the cameras captured a delicate balancing act between hope and despair. Home to Roost took viewers on a journey that delves into themes of health, aging, and family dynamics. The show went beyond providing a glimpse of famous faces. Instead, it became a story about facing mortality and the limits of control. Sharon and Ozzy transformed from rock stars to a couple grappling with life's most challenging moments. The honesty of Home to Roost set it apart from other reality shows. Rather than the polished edited version seen on reality TV, it presented a real portrayal of two people enduring storms together. Despite this honesty, Sharon withheld parts of the story, including fears, tears, and personal battles, which offered fans a unique perspective. A glimpse into the life of Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne as they returned to the UK. The series went beyond mundane daily routines, capturing the essence of the Osborne family and revealing the happy side of life even in the face of serious hardships. A highlight was undoubtedly Sharon's 70th birthday party, a milestone celebrated with joy and laughter. It seemed like a joyful occasion, a celebration of life, love, and longevity, with surprise guests and moving speeches on screen. However, Sharon's face betrayed a range of emotions. She knew that the years had brought change, loss, and health scares, making this birthday bittersweet. Instead, she chose to center her speech on gratitude and family unity, showing viewers her strength and warmth. Another important moment was when Kelly, as the Osbornes faced a period of uncertainty, the news of Kelly's pregnancy brought a glimmer of hope and excitement. The arrival of a new generation would bring a hopeful note to the series, demonstrating that life goes on and family bonds strengthen with time. Through Kelly's open journey, fans were able to connect with the Osbournes on a deeply personal level. An ongoing theme in the series was Ozzy Osbourne's health struggles. She was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and had to endure long recovery periods and multiple surgeries. Sharon's unwavering support was touching, but the camera also showed the toll these moments took on her, as she managed to be a caretaker while battling her own health issues. Unlike many reality shows that center on scandal or drama, Home to Roost opted to emphasize resilience and the realities of aging. Sharon's open conversations about their health issues encouraged viewers to reflect on their own family experiences, including her previous battle with colon cancer and genetic risks for breast cancer. These candid scenes gave the show a rare sense of authenticity, bringing new depth to the Osbournes' relatability. Critics lauded the show for being honest about the struggles Sharon and Ozzy were going through, and viewers responded with admiration and empathy, praising the show's ability to show both happy and sad moments with equal grace. The pressure to be present for the show even when things were tough added stress behind the scenes. Sharon later admitted that filming could feel like walking a tightrope, trying to protect her family's privacy while giving viewers a real glimpse into their lives. The public and media attention was intense. Each episode ignited conversations about the Osbourne family's health, dynamics, and personal struggles. Some wondered if certain scenes were staged, but Sharon's later confessions proved that the struggle was real. Home to Roost also gave the Osbournes an opportunity to rediscover their heritage and find their identity apart from. Despite the show's numerous memorable moments, Sharon hinted that the public might find the more subdued rock star lifestyle in rural Buckinghamshire, Hampshire, which presented new challenges like adjusting to quiet country living and mending old family ties. These transitions were depicted with sensitivity, highlighting the emotional complexity of returning home after years abroad. Viewers were only privy to a portion of the story. The joyous occasions concealed more profound feelings, and the cameras failed on occasion to record the silent moments of uncertainty and terror. As a result, viewers were left to speculate about the unsaid dynamics between Sharon and Ozzy, and Sharon herself sensed that there was more to tell, something that would not. The series succeeded in portraying the Osbournes in a fresh light, not only as celebrities, but as a family dealing with health, aging, and change. However, the complete truth remained elusive. Viewers were only given a glimpse of their journey through Roost, and the true story of the struggles and sacrifices made behind the scenes would emerge unexpectedly at a later point. Home to Roost revealed new layers of Sharon and Ozzy's partnership, showing them not just as celebrities, but as a couple facing the toughest challenges life can throw. The moments we remember most from the show were just the surface, though. Sharon's experience was shaped by the pain and strength that few saw in Adelaide. Enduring fame, addiction, health scares, and public scrutiny as a couple for decades. However, after spending so much time in the U.S., they returned to the U.K., where they faced new challenges, both obvious and hidden, that tested their bond in ways that outsiders couldn't fully grasp. The show documented moments when Sharon's role went beyond that of a wife and mother to caretaker and emotional anchor. Ozzy's diagnosis of Parkinson's disease marked a turning point for both of them. The effects of the disease were subtle but noticeable. Tremors, fatigue, and the after-effects of numerous surgeries became everyday realities. Sharon demonstrated extraordinary strength during this time as she managed Ozzy's medical needs while also battling her own health issues, such as. In spite of her composed demeanor, Sharon was a woman who, behind her family's history of colon cancer and subsequent preventative surgeries, was frequently weary and overwhelmed. In numerous episodes, viewers saw Sharon's quiet bravery as she stood by Az, providing physical and emotional support whenever he struggled with mobility or pain. Acknowledged afterwards that their relationship was strained and that they cried in private, away from the cameras. Oz's substance abuse and infidelity had scarred Sharon throughout the years, but her commitment remained unwavering. Home to Roost depicted them working through their problems, sometimes with tension and other times with tenderness. It was a picture of real life, far from. Az's health was a contributing factor in his decision to relocate to the English countryside, where he hoped that tranquility would alleviate his symptoms and enhance his quality of life. Sharon wholeheartedly supported this, despite the emotional and practical challenges that came with it. The show also touched on the glitz and glamour that is often associated with celebrity couples. Sharon and Az's complex but loving dynamic with their children Kelly, Jack, and Amy was at the center of everything during the challenging relocation process. The show featured moments of laughter, conflict, and support, highlighting the family's adaptation to new roles as Sharon and Az aged. Sharon frequently discussed the pressure of being everyone's rock. Behind the scenes, Sharon admitted that filming the show was emotionally taxing. It wasn't simply about capturing daily life, but it was also about letting her guard down and showing a more intimate side of herself, which was sometimes hidden by her tough, outspoken public image. Zaya, like Sharon, struggled with feelings of frustration and sadness as she faced the realities of her situation. The once vivacious rock star was grappling with physical limitations and uncertainty about what lay ahead. Sharon's support became crucial during these challenging times. Not only did they receive practical assistance, but they also received emotional support through the fact that they battled these challenges side by side. Their partnership on Home to Roost served as an inspiration for resilience. The show's cameras captured both the good times and the bad, the arguments and the tears. By maintaining a balanced approach, the show was able to avoid sugarcoating their experience and instead provided viewers a genuine portrayal of love triumphing over hardship. But despite her candor, Sharon withheld certain truths. The weight of public scrutiny prevented her from completely opening up about the emotional toll it had on her and Az. She was concerned about the reaction of her loved ones, which added an unsaid layer of tension to the show. Curious about Sharon's real experiences on set, viewers wondered how she handled the ups and downs of filming while battling deeply personal issues. The answer would come later, when Sharon finally opened up about her struggles behind the camera, providing a glimpse into the pain and resilience that influenced Home to Roost in ways that no episode could. Filming a reality show is never easy, but when the cameras follow you through life's worst moments, it becomes an emotional tightrope. Sharon had to walk this line, keeping her family's privacy intact while keeping her cool in the face of health scares, public scrutiny, and one of the biggest invisible strains stemmed from Oz's health, and with each setback, not only did Az feel the effects, but Sharon, his main carer, had to put her own needs on the back burner to offer physical and emotional support to the cast and crew. Some of these moments were documented on set, but Sharon later admitted that many more had been kept off camera. Sharon's personal health was another hidden battle. Her history of colon cancer and her genetic predisposition to breast cancer meant she lived with constant worry and exhaustion. Despite this, she had to push through these times because she had contractual obligations and the demands of the show. Her tumultuous past, including her strained relationship with, added to the emotional toll that Sharon was already feeling, and the pressure to seem strong on set made her feel even worse about her fears. During Home to Roost, Sharon had moments when her tears flowed uncontrollably, reflecting the weight she silently carried. While filming, Sharon's father, Don Arden, and the public problems in her marriage resurfaced. The intensity of the experience sometimes reopened old wounds, and the cameras weren't always kind observers behind the scenes. Despite being surrounded by family and crew, Sharon often battled isolation and the emotional loneliness of caring for others, and dealing with public expectations were significant challenges. The format of the show didn't always provide Sharon with the space she needed to be vulnerable. Sharon also struggled with the fallout from her previous reality show, The Osborne, which had both fame and pressure, as well as bizarre and overwhelming experiences, like receiving unexpected invitations to high-profile events. Despite being diagnosed with cancer, Sharon chose to keep filming in order to protect her family from the full impact of her illness. The purpose of Home to Roost was to provide a more mature and honest look at their lives, but the emotional challenges of revisiting past struggles while facing new ones were too much. Sharon admitted that filming could feel like walking a fine line between openness and privacy, careful not to expose too much while still telling their story, was a constant struggle for Sharon as she relived trauma under the microscope with little room to step back. The public's curiosity added another layer of stress. As fans and media wanted details, speculation ran wild, and every episode prompted questions, brought about a complicated dynamic on set, as the cameras were meant to capture reality. However, reality isn't always tidy and presentable. Fights that weren't captured on film, tears that were hidden away, and moments of despair that the audience never witnessed. Sharon's revelations, which were confirmed after the show aired, revealed that despite having kept these struggles from viewers for a long time, not out of secrecy, but out of a need to protect her family and herself, Sharon Osbourne finally confesses the truth about Home to Roost on set at the age of 72, revealing just how difficult and, with tears in her eyes, Sharon confessed not only to the physical toll, but also to the emotional battle she fought on set. She described moments of sadness and exhaustion, even though the cameras only caught a glimpse of what was happening behind the scenes. One of the most moving revelations was the profound impact of AZ's health struggles. Seeing her husband, the Prince of Darkness, struggle with Parkinson's disease was incredibly difficult for Sharon. She openly discussed the feelings of fear and helplessness she had as AZ went through various surgeries and long recoveries. With each setback, there was more uncertainty, worry, and nights spent in tears. Ozzy's health journey compounded the difficulties she was already facing. Sharon opened up about how difficult it was to manage her cancer history, preventive surgeries, and caregiving responsibilities all at once. There were days when the burden became too much, and she would cry, either on set or in private, away from the cameras. Sharon recalled a specific moment when she got emotional while filming and broke down. She broke down on set, her eyes wide with sadness, revealing a rare glimpse of her vulnerability. She explained that she didn't want to seem weak to the crew, but the emotional strain was immense. Filming wasn't just a job, it was reliving fears and struggles every day. Even the seemingly fresh start of returning to rural Buckinghamshire wasn't without its difficulties. Sharon reminisced about her turbulent past, including her troubled relationship with her father, struggles with bulimia, and the relentless pressure to keep up a strong image, as she discussed the challenges of adjusting to a quieter life after decades in the U.S., leaving familiar surroundings, and keeping the family united during transitions. Public scrutiny also played a role. Sharon emphasized her love and commitment to AZ and their family. Despite all the struggles, their partnership remained unshaken. They credited their resilience to honesty, support, and an unbreakable bond. She confessed that sometimes filming the show felt like reliving old wounds in front of millions. Home to Roost was a story of courage, and not only Sharon's. The series offered an honest and often painful look at aging, family dynamics, and the importance of emotional openness in a relationship. Sharon's confession helped to clarify why this reality show felt so different from their previous one. Courage, but also the incredible strength and vulnerability displayed by the entire family as they opened up to the cameras about their struggle to stay hopeful in the face of adversity. Sharon's candor completely changed the way viewers perceived the show, turning it from another celebrity reality show into an impactful story about love, perseverance, and moving forward. The story of Home to Roost has taken on new significance as fans and the public have gained a deeper understanding of what the show is about. Facing life's hardest truths head-on, through tears, setbacks, and emotional turmoil, all of it was real life captured with rawness and respect. Sharon's revelation was more than just a personal release. It was a watershed moment in her brave journey through health challenges, family changes, and the realities of aging. By being open and honest about her struggles, she was able to connect with her audience on a deeper level, and she has expressed her gratitude for the empathy and support she received. Since she was honest, she has become an inspiration to others going through tough times, particularly those who care for loved ones with serious illnesses. AZ's health is still her top priority, and he has had a lot of surgery and a difficult diagnosis. Sharon has been there for him through it all, and they are coping well with his condition. Embracing a slower pace and new routines to accommodate AZ's needs and their evolving family life, the couple has settled into life in Buckinghamshire. Sharon has spoken about how the move symbolizes a fresh chapter, not just in their relationship but in their shared history and the deep commitment they have always had to each other. Geographically, but also emotionally, the family is still an important part of their support system. The Osborne family dynamic has been through a lot, but it has come out on the other side. The show has paved the way for more honest storytelling projects, and Sharon has hinted that they may be able to continue sharing their lives in a way that is both open and private. Her goal is to bring attention to real human experiences, particularly those related to health and aging, that are frequently ignored by the media. The public's reaction to Sharon's confession was extremely positive. Fans loved their honesty and applauded her for speaking out about issues that many people suffer in silence. Although he is less active these days, his legacy and music continue to inspire, and his resilience demonstrates that even when faced with adversity, Sharon feels a responsibility to use her platform to help others navigate similar paths. Sharon has expressed an interest in advocacy, specifically around health awareness and caregiving support. Her journey has inspired many. Should AZ have prioritized music over reality TV? Share your thoughts in the comments. Despite facing a terrible illness, life's passions may persist with Sharon's support.